boys, it's Vermin, favorite YouTuber. I'm recording this just a few hours after episode 3 went up, or at least I think it's episode 3. Yeah, setting up town, I think is what it was called. Anyway, so I've done some off-camera stuff, nothing really too important. So I think where we left off last episode is I just constructed this segment so that we could mine iron without having to actually leave the town walls. And what I did with that is I constructed this wind generator, and what that allows us to do is make electricity so that I could upgrade the well, and now the well actually runs off of electricity and it's self-running. And I remember in the last episode I had started a farming system, but if you look now, there's like way more plants, and we have 4 actual farms now. This one over here hasn't been planted yet, so it's kind of invisible. You can see the little baby sprouts, but it's like pretty small. But anyway, so we're producing, each of these produces roughly around 70 wheat straw, and then you can turn, I think it's 10 wheat straw goes into 1 wheat flour, or straw flour I mean. And then so once you have that, then you can turn 1 straw flour into 1 bread, and bread is a really good food source. So considering that each farm, and we have 5. Each farm produces around 70. That's what, 35. So we make, every harvest we make around 35 loaves of bread, and that's obviously enough to sustain us. And then in addition to that, we can also sell some of our extra bread. So we have a pretty steady food source now. I'm thinking maybe what we might do is this might actually end up being a farming town, because we have a lot, and I mean we have a lot of wheat flour. Anyway, so we are gonna, I think our main industry is gonna be bread, because bread is so profitable. Food in Kenshi is insanely profitable. We're gonna get another farm built. We'll do it over here. I'm actually gonna build 2 more. I'm gonna build another well, because I feel like this one well might not be doing enough water production. Yeah, like we don't have any batteries right now. I can't afford to be researching batteries, so we have nowhere to store excess electricity, and we're entirely dependent on the wind. We have to have wind for or water production, and water is essential for farming. So I just want to have another well in case the power goes out, so that we can still produce water. And all it takes is 1 building or 5 building material. So put it there. Confirm. And then so it looks like some people are going to come over. This episode is just kind of, because I think what we did last episode was mainly setting up town. So I think what this episode is going to be is kind of continuing that and getting us like self-sufficient, and because last episode was really just kind of getting the bare minimum where we can actually survive. But I think what this episode is going to be is like actually trying to profit and like thrive in this town. And we're doing pretty good at this. I think early on I was kind of concerned how well this would do in the long run, because we were having problems with the beak things. But now that we have a wall set up, we almost never have people come and try and attack us. And even when we do, it's really not anything too bad. It's usually just like some raiders, and then you can just leave the base for a bit and wait for them to screw off. So what I'm thinking, we'll have like some iron production over here for iron plates, and then some like forging, that kind of stuff, and then this whole area over here is just going to be all wheat farming, and then we'll have like this huge wheat production. And what that'll allow us to do is just have so much wheat, like, or so much bread. We'll have like, and bread is, food in general is really profitable, because everyone eats food. Everyone eats food. But this area of the map, I didn't even know about this. This is like really fertile, so you can grow stuff here really easily. I'm gonna send Vermin into town. Stop doing your jobs. Vermin is gonna take some iron plates, and we're actually gonna hire some more people, because what I want to do, I'm gonna go hire some more people in town. We're gonna buy, or not buy people, but you know, like we'll recruit more. more people. So I'm pretty sure these guys are worker drones, which is a subrace of the hive species. And hive is really good. They're like laborers basically. And the worker guys are really good at like farming and that kind of stuff. This guy wants $4,000 for us to hire him. What about this guy? 4,000. Fine. What should we name him? We will name him. We'll name him Carl with a K. Why not? So this guy is good at farming, laboring, turrets, engineering, and he's not good at cooking, science, or strength. So he'll be pretty good for farming, which is really what we need. And then we have a bit more iron plates. We'll see if we can sell them and maybe buy some books or like something else that we can use for engineering and further research. I think the Traders Guild makes you pay 4,000 in tax, so just to be safe, we're gonna make sure we stay above 4,000. Okay, so we got 6 books. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna get Vermin and Carl to meet up here. So Carl and Vermin can meet up out here. We'll get them to travel together back to town. Okay, the Traders Guild are here, and Carl and Vermin just got back. We'll open the gate, and then Vermin is gonna pay our taxes. Give him 4K. Okay, so all of the farms for Carl just finished constructing, so now we have 6 farms. He has a electric well, and then for backup water production, he also has a manual well. We have a water storage for him. And then I'm also gonna set up a wheat straw storage container. Also, I just got this notification that defensive walls have finished researching. When we went into town and hired Carl, we spent some money on getting books. I used those books to research better equipment for making stronger walls. So we are gonna get started on getting better walls so that we can keep more people out. And with level 2 walls, which is what we're getting, you can put crossbows on the walls, which we haven't researched yet, but we can get that eventually. Okay, it seems to me like we're actually producing wheat faster than Stairfast can even grind it, so that might be a bit of a problem. We might have to get a second person on grain grinding duty. Yeah, I think we're actually going to do that. Now we'll get Ramona to work on it because Frank Allen and Carl are the ones growing, and then Stairfast and Ramona have been usually kind of working on like mining, and then we'll get her to work on the grain silo too. So we should be able to keep up with the wheat production. We might even need a second bread oven eventually. Yeah, we have 44. You know what? Oh, we're gonna need to build another basket. Just to be safe, we'll build 2 more. Because we do have a lot of bread production right now. 46. And each piece of bread will sell for like 200. How much does iron sell for? Okay, each piece of iron sold for like 130. And so bread, for each piece of bread, that's like an additional 60 or even 70 cats. And that doesn't seem a lot, but like when you're selling hundreds of pieces of bread, that is substantially more. And the thing is, bread takes up a lot less space in your inventory. So in one run to town, you could sell or make way more money. Well, we might do one more episode of setting up town, and then I think we're gonna go exploring or do something fun. Try learning how to like increase our fighting skill or something like that. Recruiting some warriors maybe. Doing something exciting other than just sitting in town and making bread. Okay, I'm gonna do a run to town. Stop doing your jobs. Oops. Okay, so we have. We'll just take as much bread as we can fit, if I'm being honest. Oh, okay. Still, that's pretty good. So we're going into town with about like 40 pieces of bread. We're gonna sell all of our food. We're gonna buy another hiver, I think. Logan. What are we gonna name this guy? I don't know. I like the name Logan. I don't know though. I want it to be something kind of cool or like interesting. Maybe we'll do Leon, Leon. I've always liked that name. That's a nice name. So we've hired 2 new people in this episode. We're gonna have a pretty strong labor force. So we're gonna get up. We're gonna get a 3rd uh, farming station set up, and we will have lots of bread. Okay, the farming or the new farming station is mostly complete. So we'll get Leon to stop working on that stuff. Actually, it might be fully complete. Yeah, it is. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now he has, yeah, he has his own farming station now. So now we have 3 farming stations. So we have, that's 12 over here, and then we have another 7 here. So I think that's 19. I'm engaging a fight with a beak thing outside our town. I just want to see if we can get some, you guys got to get out of there. Vermin go in from the left, and then we're going to get Ulysses to go in from the right. Oh, okay. Got knocked out. Took some damage. Jenny can go back in town, so can Shorty and Ulysses. We'll get Vermin to take the meat off this guy. I think I also saw some more dead beak things over here. Yeah. There was a big fight that happened out here between some beak things and some United Cities people. So we can just kind of yoink the meat from all these beak things. So we'll take this back in town. We now have 20,000 cats. This is quite a long time ago, but if you remember in the first episode, we had to grind a huge amount of time for 20,000 cats. And now we're doing it just basically almost completely autonomously, just by having some set up production lines. And so we could take Vermin and maybe like Ulysses, Vermin, Jenny, and Shorty. We could take them out of town and then leave everybody else at town, and we would be completely okay. Okay, I'm just gonna buy. Okay, we bought all the books he has, so we have like 27 books now. That's enough for a ton of research. And then we still have 11,000 cats, which is enough to pay all the taxes. And then still have like $4,000 remaining. Grog is a drink made out of wheat, and we are making a lot of wheat, so I think we're actually gonna research how to make grog, and then we can sell grog, and grog sells for a really good price. We'll do this because we do need farming. Mounted crossbows, yeah, we want that. Yeah, okay, I think that's it for now. Really, we have 1 extra book. So Vermin's going to be doing a bunch of research. So we are going to have a lot of new stuff that we can produce after we research all this stuff. And that's going to be good. So we're totally setting up our industry. We are becoming a actual town right now. Look at all this farming we have. This is actually a really good spot. I never even thought about this. And eventually I think we're going to relocate to Crab Island. I know it's called Howler Maze, but Crab Island it just sounds way cooler. Once we are strong enough, we are going to move to Crab Island. Because let's be honest, who doesn't want to live on an island with massive crabs? No one will bother us. The first time we went over there, if you guys remember, they said, or someone, I think it was Jenny, said that the island is completely uninhabited. So I'm assuming that if we live there, we won't even have to pay taxes or anything. And if we're strong enough later in the game, then we'll be like completely independent. No taxes, nobody will bother us. We won't have to pay money to the United Nations or anything. Okay, so we are gonna build a shack over here, and then we're gonna use the shack for grog production. I'm actually gonna go into town. We'll set up the grog shack now, But then in the morning, we're gonna... How much building material do we have? Not very much. Okay, I think we'll just do a shack for now. Or you know what? No. I want to have it good for in the long run, so we're gonna build an actual house. This is gonna be the grog house. God, this is such an epic town. we're just making and selling alcohol. It's so cool. We're gonna be rich. Okay, so the house is done. It just finished. This is gonna be like the grog house where all the grog production happens. We're gonna send vermin over. And then we're gonna fill this up with brewing equipment for grog. So where do we store the grog? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, grog barrels, okay. So we'll have a bunch of barrels up against this wall. So, you know, we'll have 4 barrels against the walls. That's pretty good. And then we're gonna go over to food, and then we'll have grog silos, or no, that's a grain silo. We want a grog silo. I don't know how this works. Oh, it requires power. Okay, that's not good. We'll build 2 for now. Just why not? We might have 2 people working on this. Well, we'll see. What does all this take? Needs 3 iron plates, 3 iron plates, 1 building. So we need 4 building material and then 6 iron plates. We should be able to get that easily. That will take, yeah, we already have. The building material might be a bit of an issue though. And we're gonna unpause this because we never actually finished building this automatic well. And we're also gonna need a second. Do we have? No, we don't. Or you know what we might do? Can you can put these on roofs, right? Okay. These take electrical components. Uh-oh. Okay, we'll get some. We'll build more of the normal ones. Okay, so these wind generators, they require copper. You guys probably remember when we were building this town, one of my big concerns is that we don't actually even have copper here. So what we're gonna do, I know the location of a nearby copper reserve, so we're gonna head over there. Okay, so I'm back now. Vermin went mining. We needed 15 copper ore, and he did manage to get all 15, but he got attacked in the process. So what we're gonna do is Ulysses went and picked him up and rescued him, basically. We are gonna get Ulysses. Oh, apparently Vermin doesn't want to sleep. Okay. So we're gonna get Ulysses to trade with Vermin. Take the backpack. Or actually, you know what? Yeah, okay, Ulysses can do it. And we'll get Ulysses on engineering duty. And then he can go put the copper on the things, the wind generators. Okay, we're paying our taxes to the Traders Guild. So now we have no taxes to pay for another week. It's day 30 now, so this is like our first month. I think for 30 days, this is really good. When I did a playthrough on my own without recording it, this is way better than I did in 30 days. Okay, we have 3 fans now, or 3 wind generators. And we're really starting to kind of, like, we are overflowing with wheat straw, so I'm going to go into town. Like, that bucket itself is 230, 250 there, 250 there, 250 there. We are overflowing with wheat. Okay, we have to go to town right now to hire someone. I'm going to sell bread. Is there anyone here I can hire? Seems like these guys don't want to get hired. Okay, you know what? Actually, we're just going to go over to Black Scratch, which is like the big town in this area. Okay, so I've been running around. I'll explain. I went to this village, and then I went to this, or I went to Black Scratch, and then I went to this village, and then I went to the Brink, and none of those places had a single person I could recruit. So I think because what I wanted to do is I wanted to have someone who would be dedicated to working solely on grog production, but we can't do that right now because literally no one is for hire. So I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have Vermin temporarily work on uh, grog. That'll be his job for now. So Vermin and Ulysses are on grog production now. Haven't made a single bottle yet, but they will soon. I think I'm going to leave it here. This is going to be the end of the episode. We did a lot. We went from having this, which I at the time considered to be a lot of wheat production, to now having an additional 12 farms. We built another house. We got power production way up. We started on walls. We got a lot of new technology. Next episode, what we're going to do, find 2 more people that we can have dedicated to doing grog production so that we have basically completely self-sustaining. We have bread for food, and then in addition to that, we have grog for selling. And then we should have a lot. We should be bringing in, like, raking in money, basically. At least I hope we are, or will. Yeah, each grog looks like sells for $1,000. That's a lot of money. We'll be able to be self-sustaining, or I hope so. I'm going to end the video here. I've been recording for probably at least 2 hours. So, yeah. See you guys next week, next video. Bye.